Hey everyone, I'm Jessie Nealand. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been here, if you've seen my work for a while, you know that I talk a lot about how body image issues are not actually just about how you look. They're about something deeper, and that deeper something is usually an unmet emotional need that you're either trying to get met by looking a certain way or sort of hopefully imagining that you could get met by looking a certain way. And so one of the things that it often comes down to is something in the space of connection. So partnership, friendships, community, a feeling of belonging, a sense of being seen and known for who you are. All of these things, really connection-based needs, are really common. And of course, we try to look a certain way in order to get those things. So what happens is, for a lot of my clients, we will identify this and then they will go out and get their connection needs met more directly, because that's always the thing we do is, what is it you need? Can you go get that met more directly without changing the shape or size of your body? The answer is almost always yes. So they go out and they build these connections, but then what happens is they'll report back and say, okay, cool, well, I'm cultivating my friendships and I'm going on dates and I'm, whatever it is, I'm getting these needs met, and I still feel like I need more. I want more of it. I feel so needy. Or like every time I have it, I'm okay. But then as soon as, I'm having a disconnective conversation, or I have a fight with my partner, or I have a night where I don't have anything lined up socially, whatever it is, they feel super anxious. And so they have that feeling of like, it's all going to disappear. I'm never going to get the connection I need. I'm going to lose all the connection I found, or whatever it is, And this can apply too to people who already had that connection. Plenty of people that I work with have lots of connection in their life, and they still feel that their underlying need is more connection. And they'll often report to me feeling, like really irrational about this. But the truth is, it's super normal. Because most of these people during formative years, during childhood, whatever, they didn't get the thing they needed adequately. So they didn't get the attention that they needed adequately. They didn't get the connection or attachment that they needed adequately. They didn't have the friendships that they longed for adequately. Whatever it is, right? So what happens is, when you come from a scarcity of something, it is normal to not just want to meet that need at a reasonable level after, but to go way above and beyond, to overflow that tank. So we can see this with dieting, right? Like when you diet, you end up binging. Why? Because the body is set up so that when there's such a scarcity of food, that you then go way overboard to, keep you safe and alive, because obviously there is some kind of famine going on. So now you have to eat everything you can in order to stock up, and that will keep you safe and alive. You need way more than just normal. You can't just go back to eating normal after being in a place of food scarcity. You have to go above, way above, until it balances out, and now you can eat whatever like normal is going to look like for you, right? The same thing is true with emotional needs. So if you did not get adequate attention, you're not going to be okay just getting a reasonable amount, whatever that is, of attention now. You're going to need above and beyond. Your need is going to be big, and you're going to have to fill it. And we don't judge that. We don't need to judge that. It's okay. It's exactly as okay as somebody coming out of diet culture and going through a refeeding process where they learn to teach their body that food is abundant. I'm not going to starve you anymore. We're safe now. We're out of that world. Because that is what teaches the body that you're safe, and it can regulate its food. The same is true with emotional needs. You teach your body that you're safe by flooding this tank, by filling it and overfilling it until it feels so abundant that you're able to say, yeah, I no longer need to overfill it. I can just fill it, and that's enough for me now. And maybe you won't even get there. Some people, if you had enough neglect, in childhood or whatever, it might always need to be overfilled for you to feel safe, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with this. But a lot of people will judge it. They say, I'm getting enough, and it's still not enough. Why is that? What's wrong with me? And my answer is, for the same reasons with food, I encourage you to overfill. If you need a ton of attention, go get a ton of attention. Join an improv class, take a Toastmasters group, make videos, make music, sing, do whatever you can in front of people to get that attention. Create relationships where it's an understood agreement to give each other a lot of attention. Do whatever. Become a cam girl. Doesn't matter. Whatever floats your boat in order to get those needs for attention filled in a way that satisfies you. That's the important thing. It does not have to look any particular way. It just has to satisfy you. And be aware that you will be perhaps overfilling it for a while, and that is completely normal and healthy and okay. You don't have to feel bad about wanting a lot of what you want a lot of, even if it's connection, even if it's attention. You know, we have such a negative stigma, especially of women who need attention and connection, but screw it. This is what you need. And in terms of abundance, I always give this little analogy. It's like bringing a sweater with you everywhere when you're cold, or bringing a snack with you everywhere you go in case you get hungry. It just makes you feel so much more confident in the moment. Like when you feel a little breeze, and you don't have a jacket on you, you're like, oh my God, it might get really cold out, and then I'm going to be cold and uncomfortable, and I hate being cold and uncomfortable. Why didn't I bring a jacket? You're no longer present in the moment, you know? If you feel a little breeze and you're like, oh, it might get cold out, and then I'll put my jacket on that I brought, great. Now you get to go back to what you were doing. You get to enjoy your life. It makes you feel secure and confident and safe. That's what we want. So the whole goal of this is to make it feel so abundant, whatever it is that you've been looking for, that you no longer panic that it's going to disappear. Panic that you can't get it met. You flood yourself with it. You binge on it for a while, maybe forever. And that's okay. Just find ways that work into your life that make you feel satiated in this particular way, whatever the need is, and go for it. And that's it. That's my advice. That's it. All I wanted to say about that today. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe and turn on the notification so that you can see when I put out new videos. And I will catch you on the next one.